Anyway, welcome back. Welcome back to Plato and Aristotle. We I don't know what else to say other than, well, we have a TikTok. It's at Plato and Aristotle Pod on TikTok. If you were curious about that. We don't have any other kind of social media though. That's it.
That's it. So if you see us on Tinder, it's not us. If you see us on Raya, that's also not us.
Unfortunately.
Plato and Aristotle, the free use images
together on Raya is crazy. We're looking for our Socrates on Raya.
Art of us. Not even us. Two old men on Raya.
But it's like super not, it doesn't look good at all. It's like really low quality images.
I like imagine that it would be the same vibe as like,
and it's the same picture. It's the same picture.
Oh, 100%. I would imagine that it would be the same as like, not really, but sort of like if Marshmallow was on Raya, but like as Marshmallow, like how would you ever know that he was catfishing? You wouldn't.
No, but there's two of us though, so it'd be more like Daft Punk.
Yeah, that's actually so true. That would be
both of the members.
That would be a phenomenal Halloween costume. That would be such a good Halloween costume. Oh my god, I gotta write that down. That's really important, actually.
Is that what we should talk about first and foremost? Is our Halloween costume?
Should that be a recurring thing? Well, here's the only thing. Does that compromise our identities?
If we talk about our past Halloween costumes?
Like if Bruce Wayne was doing a podcast and he was like, I'm thinking about becoming a superhero, an anonymous superhero. But here's my ideas, guys.
No, I don't think so. Here are all my... So these are the secret abilities that I may or may not have.
These are the aliases that I might or might not take on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then when there's no Spider-Man, it's like he's like, I could be Spider-Man, I could be Captain America, I could be Iron Man, or I could be Batman. And then when Spider-Man, Captain America, and Iron Man do not pop up in Gotham City and some guy starts walking around in a bat suit, would it be like, okay, so we have
it's a man who's dressed as a bat.
We have a hunch of who this could possibly be, but...
Well, I think if we're Daft Punk, then I think that just, like, settles it as to... You wouldn't know who we are, because you still don't know who they are.
That's true, because we're still in the masks.
Wearing the big helmets.
Mm-hmm. Damn, you're right.
Except we're on Raya, so, like, if somebody wants to go on a date with both of us...
That's true, or should we both be Marshmallow?
Raya. That's good. I like that.
And, like, one of us can be at the Halloween party, and then whenever we get tired, like, our social battery's out, we can just leave, and the other one can come in. Because you're still in the mask, so nobody would know.
Right. Very Parent Trap.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Another phenomenal Halloween costume idea.
And, like, our, like, staggering difference in height is not a problem.
I don't know what you're talking about. We're the same height.
Yeah, that's true,
We're both 6'2".
How tall are the members of Daft Punk?
I don't know. Probably short.
Really? You think so? I think they're Swedish.
Oh, are they?
I think so.
I'm going to look up Daft Punk height, and I don't really know if that's...
Is one of them Daft and the other one Punk? Or, like, do they have names?
That's a good bit. When did Daft Punk come out? That's the next, like, top search. Guys, be who you are.
Two men. But I would hate to be the one that's called Daft, because being daft is like being...
dumb.
Like an airhead, right?
Yeah.
Like stupid. I would... And being punk is kind of sick, because it's like, you know...
No, I agree.
It's not... Yeah. Like, but I would be daft.
These are the 4 people also ask questions that come up, by the way, just when you search Daft Punk height. That's all I look for.
Daft Punk height?
It's when did Daft Punk come out, which, of course, they mean when were they formed. And then is Daft Punk school appropriate?
Aren't they just beats?
Yeah, so the answer is yes. Why did Daft Punk split? Music? And then is Daft Punk 2 guys?
Well, that's a good question.
That is a good question.
Because they could also be parent trapping, so there could be 4 of them potentially.
That's actually really true. Wouldn't it be crazy if it was like, oh, Daft Punk has a show in, because it's like, according to this, they came out in 1993. So wouldn't it be crazy if it was like, oh, they have a show in LA and also in New York on the same day at the same time
I've never seen all 4 members of Daft
in the
Punk in the same room.
I'm saying. It's the Beatles.
I've never seen the 2 of us and Daft Punk in the same room.
Well, that's because that's so first of all, that's true. Second of all, I think what people
what
are
does that
overlooking
say?
is that was Daft Punk is just Ringo and Paul, and they didn't want to have to address the Beatles controversy. They're like, I miss you. I miss making music together. Let's do this. Mm-hmm. And that's when it happened.
And then they put them on the Tron soundtrack.
Yep.
And that's why it was so good. Did you see that for the new Tron movie, it's 9 Inch Nails, it's Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross.
What?
Who did the Challenger soundtrack.
No way, dude.
So the 2 that did the Challenger soundtrack are doing the Tron soundtrack. And all the Tron fans were like, no, Daft Punk? It's like, they don't make music anymore.
Yeah, when did they split? That was the third question that came up.
But also Challengers was such a vibe. Like, I might have to go watch this awful Jared Leto movie now.
I 100%. They keep getting us is the problem. They keep getting us.
It's bad.
I will say, though, I think that we showed incredible strength by not going and seeing, what was the really bad Jared Leto one that came out? Morbius? We didn't see that.
Well, we did see it.
We did, but we didn't see it in theaters, which I think is genuinely...
we didn't pay money to see it.
That's, like, real strength. Because think about how many movies we've seen in theaters, and think about how many bad movies we've seen in theaters. And Morbius is not on that list.
True. It's not.
Shockingly.
And neither is Madam Web, for that matter. I still haven't seen that one. I kind of really don't care.
I'm never gonna see that. I just don't care.
And also, like, it's kind of, the fad of it is kind of over. Like, who gives a shit if I watch Madam Web right now? Like, everybody on my Letterboxd is gonna be like, why did you watch this?
Why did you watch it now?
Like, what was the point?
Yeah.
Why'd you wait so long? Now it's not even funny. Now you're just sitting through it like torture.
Yeah. No spoilers for Madam Web, please. That's me watching. Do you know what I was trying to watch 2 nights ago, which I've seen before, and I do like this movie, unfortunately. American Psycho 2.
The one with Mila Kunis.
Mm-hmm. It's not a good movie.
Yeah.
It's not.
No, I haven't watched it, but I've heard it's bad.
It's bad. I do like it,
because it wasn't supposed to be American Psycho, but they retitled it because they thought nobody would go watch it. So it has nothing to do with the first one.
Yeah, well, it does have to do with the first one in the sense that they tie it in by... Do you care? Are you going to watch it? Spoilers for this movie that came out?
I probably will, but I don't care. You can spoil
it. Literally came out 23 years ago. Also, this is the intro, so I feel like the spoiler level is the same as me not knowing that the guy in Trap was a serial killer. So...
Yes, exactly.
The intro to the movie is like... I've always been fascinated with serial killers. Like, whatever. She's, like, giving her little... monologue, and it's like, when I was 12 years old, my babysitter, instead of taking me to the movies or taking me to the park or whatever, she took me, for some reason, on a date with her, and the date was with Patrick Bateman. And so they're showing, like, this 12-year-old girl who's, like, duct tape hands, duct tape over the mouth, or, like, something like that, sitting in a chair, and she's at the opposite end of this dinner table. And at the other end is the, like, vague, brunette, hot babysitter character. And then a man who's in the, like, Patrick Bateman raincoat suit. But he's not. It's not Christian Bale. They didn't have budget for that, clearly. Because they never show his face.
Well, no.
They never show his face.
Well, yeah, no.
They never even get close. It's dark, and you're looking at his back. And so somehow she manages to, like, untie herself, and she goes around... walks around the table, and he's facing away from her so he doesn't see this happen, and then she kills him with, like, an ice pick or something, and they don't show it. It just is like, so I did the only thing that anyone would do in this situation, and she kills him, and then
she kills him?
Yes, she kills Patrick Bateman, and then she also kills the babysitter for some reason.
That's stupid.
And they don't show any of it, and then it's like, it, like, just cuts from her, like, holding the ice pick up like she's about to, whatever, and then she leaves and, like, goes to the elevator and, like, is going home, and she's like, they found the bodies a couple days later, and, like, Patrick Bateman got all his fame for being mad. Whatever, and what else did she say? She was like, and nobody ever found out it was me, and then I made it my life mission to, like, stop serial killers or something, and then she's going to college.
I-
Are you good?
Yeah, I have to look. I have Patrick Bateman on my wall. I have to find him.
Oh,
so I can
I was
find
like, what are
solace
you
in the
like?
fact
Like, you look like you're like your
I
Molly
found-
just hit or something. You're like rolling. It's like, what is happening?
No, I got pissed and he died. So I know there's a picture of him somewhere up here.
So
I found it.
that's
I
the
found it.
that's
so
the whole
funny.
bit, and so then it's like she goes to some.
But that's not the bit of American
No,
Psycho.
and
The
she
point is that
also-
he's supposed to be alive and stuck there because he's like damned basically.
And she also goes to some college called what is the college called? Hold on. It's called like West Washington something or other, and the whole point is it's supposed
Is
to
she
be
in
like a
sorority?
No, she's definitely not in a sorority. The whole point is it's supposed to like, be a funnel into Quantico. Like it has like the best programming in the country or whatever, and I was like, you guys didn't even have the budget. You didn't even have
Guys.
budget to be like, I go to the University of Virginia, or like you didn't have budget for even that. Because the name is giving in the nicest way possible. There's nothing wrong with community college, but it was giving community college. And I was like, you cannot sit here and give me this like 4-word, like long name that's like clearly like a this is not a like, you know what I mean? I was like, this is like some random tiny liberal arts college at most. And you're telling me it's the best program or best profiling program in the country? Okay.
Well, Barbara Gordon in the Lego Batman movie went to Harvard for police.
Which was more convincing than the one that they use in American Psycho 2. It genuinely was.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, why didn't she just go to Harvard for police? You can do that. You can make that happen.
You can make that happen. It's really not that
It's
hard.
a thing. So when you say it's the University of West Washington, was that the University of West Washington, D.C.?
So that was my question, is I was like, why is it called this? Hold on. Let me just...
I go to the University of the District of Columbia, West Side.
West Side. Let me
Side.
look up the thing. I actually want to know what it is. It's on... I'm going to go to the Wikipedia. Hold on. She is a student at... It doesn't say. A Washington University. So but I'm like, are you guys fucking dumb?
But in Washington
That's
State
what
or Washington,
I think
D.C.?
it's in Washington State. So I'm like, why? Washington
that have
State
anything to
isn't
do with
funneling
Quantico?
into Quantico, girl. You're going to Virginia, you're going to a school in Washington, D.C. It's almost like the person who wrote the movie didn't know the difference. And they were
I don't
like,
think they did.
yeah, hell yeah.
I don't think they did.
Um,
Which, it's hilarious to me that there's quite a few people out there that don't know the difference between
oof.
Washington, D.C. and Washington State.
That is embarrassing. It has 11%
Kinda, like,
Rotten Tomatoes, by
girl,
the way.
That's too high.
I'm going to be honest, it's a little bit lower than I was expecting. I enjoy that movie, unfortunately. It's not good, but I do like it. So, anyways, that's my whole spiel on that, but...
I thought she was in a sorority. I'm a bit pissed that she's not, because that would have been a good movie.
I don't...
But I was a Scream Queens girl, so I like
Yeah. I think...
sororities, like, to kill each other, basically.
her whole vibe in the movie is, like...
I'm trying to go to Quantico.
Exactly, but she's, like, loner girl, but also... She's like, I'm the most competitive candidate, or not it's like her versus like this rich kid, and then this other really smart kid, and then this girl who's sleeping with the teacher. And they're all competing to get the TA position for the professor who's like basically
Okay, Legally Blonde.
It's like
All
basically
right.
the Clarice Starling of this universe, I guess. It's like every high profile killer that he's been assigned, he solved the case, and now he retired to go work because of his last case, which was Patrick Bateman, which he refuses to talk about. I was like, right. Of course.
So,
it only makes sense.
okay. So, I think, personally, there's too much plot happening in American Psycho 2.
Way
Because
too much
realistically,
plot. By the way,
nothing
all
happens
of this,
in American Psycho.
All of this happens.
Nothing happens.
Oh, no. Not at all. All of this happens in the first 20 minutes of the movie. Everything I just said to
So
you.
what's the rest of the movie? Her just trying to get with the
I don't remember because the last
the
time I
guy
watched
who
it.
solved the Patrick Bateman case.
Well,
Which that
he didn't solve it, is the thing.
Okay,
because
good.
they found the bodies, and then, well, I guess he did solve it. I guess he did. But he didn't catch him though, because she killed him before he could.
Stupid.
So it doesn't matter.
That pisses me off.
Yeah, it's not great.
That makes me upset.
It's not great. Anyways, should we pivot?
I watched that new. I was gonna say I watched that new Sydney Sweeney movie. Well, let me tell you this. Let me tell you what I did to.
Which one?
Immaculate, the Christian
the
Catholic
one that we kept trying to watch and it wasn't on streaming anywhere.
Yeah, it's on Hulu.
Dude, I didn't see your Letterboxd review about it.
It was
embarrassing.
Ave Maria, because that song plays at a crucial part of that movie.
Damn.
And it was so funny.
You have watched 3 movies in the last 2 days.
Okay.
No, I was like, why did I see it? And then I got on here and I was like, oh, because it's buried under the other thing. No.
And
no
what's
judgment,
wrong with that?
No judgment. I just was wondering.
Damn, I checked your Letterboxd and are you okay, baby girl? It's that meme where it's nobody knows I've watched 3 movies in 2 days.
Real.
Actually, I think I watched 4.
Yeah, because you also watched. I mean, what?
Wait, what? Because, well, let me tell you this first. We watched Immaculate because we saw that it was on Hulu. And we were like, yes. So, we were watching it, whatever. It's pretty good. Like, I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I hated the ending, though, which the other 2 people I was watching it with were like, no, it was good. I'm like, no, it didn't serve. And if you watch it, you'll see what I mean. Like,
yeah, maybe I'll watch
there's something that there's a choice they make in the ending visually that just pisses you off because you're like, I want to see this. I don't want to see just whatever. But anyway, so I thought Sydney Sweeney did a good job, but we were laughing because we were like, she doesn't really have iPhone face, but she just has Cassie from Euphoria face.
Yeah.
And that's really brutal for her because I can't see her as any other character. And she's supposed to be this like nun that like almost drowned in ice, which is another thing that I wanted to broach with you, is why is it whenever somebody falls in a frozen lake and almost drowns, they have their come to Jesus moment. That happens exclusively when people almost drown in frozen over lakes.
So can we talk
Why
about
does
examples?
that happen?
Because I'm curious if the same ones are coming to mind for you.
That movie that the lady from This Is Us was in, that like Christian movie that came out where her son fell in the ice and then like saw God, and they like made a whole movie about it.
I don't remember, but
I don't know.
There
was that one, and then
very different example come to mind.
And then I'm also thinking, I'm trying to think of all the instances I know where people fall on ice, but there's like a couple out there. I feel like where this is kind of like a weird trope.
So I have one
like,
that.
Well, this person. I'm also thinking of Jack Frost from
Oh my
the
god!
Guardians
Okay, I'm
movie.
so happy that that's what you're doing because you're sitting here being
falls
like
in the ice.
the Christian movie where somebody falls and sees God.
But he
and
sees the man in the he sees the man in the moon.
No,
and
I
he
know.
has his come to Jesus
Okay,
moment and like gets reincarnated as something different. Why is that a thing? I don't understand. And it's such a specific instance. How many people realistically, probably a good amount, honestly, fall in a lake, frozen over lake, and almost drown, but don't drown because you have to be, well, unless you're Jack Frost. Rest in peace. But
peace, please.
It's crazy. So that's what happens to Sydney Sweeney. That's her come to Jesus moment. Is I fell in the lake. But you know who doesn't have that? Amy from Little Women.
That was the other example I was thinking of, where I was like, I don't remember.
She falls in the ice, but she's
then,
unless her come to Jesus moment is like, well, I don't know, because nothing really happens, because she falls and then gets saved, and then they move on immediately, like nothing happened after that. But anyway, that happens to Sydney Sweeney, whatever. Well, now I don't want to talk about the other thing, because I'm going to spoil Immaculate for you.
No,
so maybe
just
I'll
spoil
save that
it.
for after you watch it.
Just spoil it. I'll watch it either
way.
Well,
the movie's called Immaculate because it's about immaculate conception.
Of course.
So Sydney Sweeney gets pregnant in the movie.
Okay, not shocked.
Very, like, Virgin Mary kind of, sort of. But, so we watched that.
Yeah, that's actually the only instance. So.
Well, yeah. I was gonna say like Jane the Virgin, but then I realized that's.
No, exactly. I don't think there's no kind of
No,
sort
exactly
of about
like
it,
that.
but yeah, you got it.
No, the only other instance in pop culture, media culture, is Jane the Virgin, which is what I was going to go to, and then I thought I would get
The three
clowned.
famous
The three
immaculate
virgins.
conceptions: Jesus Christ in Mary, Jane the Virgin, and Sydney Sweeney iPhone face in Immaculate.
Yeah. No, not iPhone face. She's
Cassie
got Cassie
face.
from Euphoria face. Well, so we watched that, and then and then one of my friends had to go to work, so I was hanging out with another one, and we were like, well, we don't know what to watch, whatever. And I was sitting there, and I was like, it would be kind of a crazy double feature, is Titan, which is that second movie that's in my letterbox. It's a French movie from like 2 or 3 years ago, and it won the top prize in Cannes. So I was like, dude, we gotta watch. Like, I've been meaning to watch this. And my friend's like, well, what's it about? I'm like, well, I don't know. Do you want me to tell you, or like, do you want to just watch it? Like, it's a French movie. And I said, basically, it's about like this girl who's part car, because that's kind of all I knew about it.
Yeah, I remember this now.
And this is the movie where she gets pregnant by the car.
Yes, I remember when this came out. I remember the Twitter discourse,
car baby,
but I did never watch it.
Yeah, it's. I thought it was. I mean, it went in a direction. Like, there's a whole second half to the plot that I didn't know anything about. So I was like, this is what happens in this movie. But it was a crazy double feature. And then we've also been watching the Alien franchise, so we can go watch the new one. So I made this letterboxed list called Motherhood.
I saw it.
because I was like, why have I seen like 6 movies in the past like 2 weeks all about mothers and like having children?
You need to write your think piece.
It's ridiculous.
And put it up on your like Substack or whatever.
I do. Like, what's going on with pop culture lately where every movie is about impregnation, either being pregnant. Well, actually, all of them are about being pregnant.
So genuinely,
I don't know why I was gonna
let's
keep going.
let's write a joint piece about the rise of movies and media about pregnancy and motherhood and the overturning of Roe v. Wade. And I'm being serious, and that would pop. And
I was
New
gonna
York
say
Times
that
would be like featured opinion
because you know what it
piece.
is too. In each of these movies, the so-called mother doesn't want any of the children.
Yep.
Because obviously in the Aliens franchise, they don't want to get killed. So they don't want the alien babies. But then have you seen Aliens, the second one?
No.
She, like, adopts this little girl. So, like, not only is it, like, alien babies, but now she's got a real actual child. Like, what are you...
Yeah, we gotta write that.
What are you talking about?
Gotta write the think piece.
Why is everybody pregnant? Like, I don't know. So I had to make that list because I kept just making jokes. I'm like, this is like the 8th movie about, like, just motherhood.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
It's a lot.
I mean, I guess not really because, like, that is a part of life that people write about. But clearly all these movies were written by people who know nothing about being a mother.
Right,
like,
right.
Because they're about people having car babies and, like, new Jesus babies and, like, all this stuff.
I think that makes it more interesting, though. Like,
when they're written by people who don't have kids or like have not birthed a child themselves.
Yeah, well, let me rephrase, maybe. It makes it better for the think piece. It makes it better for the critique.
Go ahead and reorganize that for me. And
yeah.
Put that in a little...
Yeah. Anyways, I'm actually drafting the Substack article as we speak. Perfect. Opinion submission for the New York Times.
Should we make a Plato and Aristotle Substack?
Substack where we have our like, that's what people need is more opinions from us.
Yeah, go ahead and if you follow us on TikTok, go ahead and type in the comments if you want us media. To
TikTok and Substack. Yeah.
Arguably two of the worst pieces of social media to have.
I would also argue 2 of the most polar opposite. One that is just rotting your attention span and one that is demanding your attention for way too long. For way too long. Still about miscellaneous bullshit that doesn't matter. Well, in the case of our Substack, if it were to exist.
Right. Well, what's hilarious too is the 2 most, like, male things possible. Plato and Aristotle
wrote a think piece about Roe v. Wade
about
and motherhood movies.
Motherhood. Iconic.
Right. It
No,
only makes
exactly.
sense.
That's kind of exactly what that needs to be. That's exactly what that needs to be.
2 female ancient philosophers? The feminists are taking over. Exactly.
The feminists are taking over.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, I just thought you would get a kick out of that. I just thought that was crazy. Like, I sat there and I was like, I knew what Teton was about. I didn't know that Immaculate was about her getting pregnant. So I was like, oh.
I don't know. I never
connected.
connected those dots, but that is the only thing that would make sense given that she is a nun and the title is Immaculate.
That's what.
Like,
Immaculate. That's what I thought
obviously.
too. Is I was like, I feel fucking
Yeah,
stupid.
I
I
feel
was like,
stupid.
so of course I sat there and I said, oh, I get why it's called Immaculate now. And both my friends were like, what do you mean? Like, I don't get it. I'm like, because she's having the baby and
Yeah.
she's like a virgin. Like, duh. Like, like that's the whole thing. That is the
Immaculate
whole thing.
Conception.
Yep. And they both were like, So we weren't smart
Right.
enough to be watching that movie. So maybe that's on me for not getting the ending.
Well,
because
so that's
maybe I'm
fucking
just not
crazy.
smart
That's a
enough,
crazy thing
but-
to say too, though. Like, no offense to Sydney Sweeney. I'm really not trying to put women down, but we're not smart enough to watch Immaculate, the Sydney Sweeney horror movie. I didn't realize that was like high art, like highbrow cinema.
That is a think piece for sure.
For sure.
Yeah. They had a lot to say in that movie. Which, you know what is funny about it too? It's I don't want to say it because it's gonna spoil the movie.
It's fine.
Okay. Well, I saw a Letterboxd review that said
Oh,
this is like Jurassic Park for Catholics. So take
Ooh.
with that what you will.
I like that. I'm on the thing right now because I wanted to know about the Rotten Tomatoes.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Yeah, they said, which it's kind of, that's what it is. If I had to, so there's a thing in, like, when you pitch a movie, it's, like, high concept, where, like, it's this meets this. Like, that's how you can, like, describe your movie.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's how I would describe Immaculate, is it's Jurassic Park meets, like, the story of the birth of Christ. Like, that,
Huh. My 2 favorite things.
that is what it's about. You're
I
two,
have to get into that.
guys, my two favorite things.
If
Yeah,
I
my two majors in college, Jurassic Park
and
Birth of
the
Christ.
Birth of Christ. If I was ever on a red carpet doing one of those, when we go to the red carpet in our Plato and Aristotle masks, like Daft Punk, the new Daft Punk,
Yes,
But
and our togas.
the new Daft
Uh-huh.
Punk, the Daft Punk of podcasting, and we're on the red carpet.
Ooh,
That's how we
good.
should rebrand.
That's our high concept. That's our high
Daft
concept.
Punk.
We are Daft. If
Daft
Daft
Punk
Punk
met
did a podcast.
Exactly. So if we were ever on a red carpet doing one of the, like, we're with Letterboxd and we want your top 4, I would say,
Yeah.
Jurassic Park.
Go ahead and throw out Passion of the Christ.
Yeah, there you go.
The Mel.
Jurassic
Yeah,
Park, Passion of the Christ, and Immaculate.
No, you know what would be good is if you did you did like Jurassic Park and then the last 3 were like all like really Christian. Like you should do, it'd be like Jurassic Park, Passion of the Christ, the 10 Commandments, and Immaculate. Letterboxd people are like, what? Oh, and American Psycho 2.
And American Psycho 2, yeah. Oh, this is so hard. It's a toss-up. I feel like, what the fuck? Get her out of here.
Man, this is so hard.
This is really difficult.
Some of those people have bad takes, though, I fear. Some of them have really bad takes. Especially when it's somebody you're hoping has really good movies, and they pick, like, really obscure movies.
I feel
And
like...
I'm like, that is not your favorite movie. That's a bold-ass lie.
But I'm going to be honest, if I was there in front of bearing my soul to the world, I would be like, what are the coolest movies I've ever seen? I would not be giving honest answers. I would be lying. I'd be like, ooh, my favorite movies ever. This is tough. And then completely dishonest answers. Because if I was being honest, that's going to be a bad day for me on the internet.
400 Blows by by Francois Truffaut and
Hundreds of beavers.
an Andalusian, un chien andalou, hundreds of beavers, yeah. Cryptozoo.
Cryptozoo was good. I will stand by that. I enjoyed that movie. And honestly, yeah, maybe I would say that. I don't even know. Do people know that movie? I'm asking you because you're the professional.
No Cryptozoo?
Yeah, like, is that, like, or is that, like, some
I don't
random
think so.
shit? Okay.
I'm sure there's a community out there for Cryptozoo because Michael Cera was in it.
I need to find them. It's
You gotta find them. I think there's
brethren.
probably some people out there. What were we looking at? This is gonna be now like a long time ago. But what were we looking at where we found it on streaming and we were like, dude, we can watch this again.
It was on something.
Was it on or Max? Dead named HBO. Sorry, on Max.
It was on something shockingly accessible. Hold on, let me Google.
Popular. Yeah.
Yeah,
so this is your homework, everybody out there. Go watch Cryptozoo on whatever it's on, and then
it used to
give
be
us
on
your
streaming.
feedback.
I think Max is right. Or no, Hulu. It's on Disney Plus.
They have kind of hella shit on Disney Plus now.
That's crazy.
True Blood is on Disney Plus. I'm so excited. I've always wanted to watch True Blood. Ever since our mutual friend and I were drunk in that bar where we could bowl.
Yeah.
And we were waiting. I think we were waiting for you. I don't remember who we were waiting for, but we were sitting on a couch, and me and the mutual friend were watching True Blood.
It was me.
And it was like a crucial episode because somebody was getting turned into a vampire.
It was me because I
like,
showed up and you guys were like, what the fuck? And I was like... What?
Yeah, we were like, wait, we want to watch True Blood. So I'm really excited because I love a vampire.
Damn,
we just want to watch True Blood.
Yeah, no,
Letterboxd people are hot in it. I love hot vampires.
Yeah, I mean that's unbeatable.
Go back. I can't.
Can I tell you a funny, not even story, short thing that happened to me that is related to tragedy?
Yeah.
So I was listening to our podcast in the car. Because earnestly, like, there was a legitimate reason, which is that I wanted to know if my levels were messed up on the microphone because I don't know how to use technology at all. And I felt like maybe it was really loud because I had the volume thing adjusted pretty loud. So I was like, let me see how this turned out.
Mine is also pretty loud.
I have mine at like the midway point. I don't know if that's better, maybe.
Yeah, I should do that.
Yours doesn't sound bad to me though.
Sorry, guys.
But
okay, well then I'll move it back.
No, it sounds crisp. So
anyway, you were saying.
So I was.
Did you get into an accident?
Well, no, but I'm listening to our podcast and I was like, just to see how the microphone sounded. But then I got sucked in because I'm famously a little bit narcissistic. So I was like, dude, these guys are funny. These guys are funny. No, I'm just kidding. But I was listening and enjoying the conversation, just the banter, and then I'm cheesing driving. And I hit this little pocket of traffic, and I mean, I'm sitting in my car like full grin, 100-watt smile. I'm like, why are we going so slow? 3-car pileup, jaws of death situation. Like, I'm next to like 4 police cars, ambulance, fire truck, and I'm cheesing. So, yeah. Anyways, so. I feel like maybe that's good, like marketing for the podcast though, is that I was able to look at a horribly tragic situation and
then
I had
your
to. Your
smile grew 3 sizes bigger.
It really did. I had to. It took effort
like
to be
Grinch's
like.
heart.
It really. I was like, I saw the ambulances and I was like, ooh, I should probably look a little bit more somber. But I wasn't. I mean, it wasn't.
That's kind of so creepy. You driving past this car accident with a huge smile on your face.
But I wasn't paying attention.
All the
I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, they're like
rubbernecking with a huge grin on your face, and all the paramedics are like.
I mean, genuinely, I came up on the scene like, and then I was like, "Oh, the airbags were deployed. This was like a serious accident." Okay. Okay. Cool. All lanes closed. Oh. Word.
Oh, what's up? That's crazy.
Cool. Yeah. So that was what I did this morning. It sounded good though. Levels sounded good.
Hey, nice.
Sounded nice and crisp. So.
Sounded good, except you were a little too loud.
Yeah, just a little bit too loud. So, no big deal.
That's okay.
I couldn't hear the sirens over my levels on the mic.
Right. Yeah. Or the screaming and crying for help.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. What What's one of your talking points?
I have a couple and none of them are good.
Well, go ahead and throw one out there because I'm out of ideas. I need something to. I'm grasping for air right now.
Okay, let me see. I can tell you about. Okay, this is not important. Well, so first of all, maybe this is 2 talking points in one. I need to delete TikTok and probably soon. The reasons for this is I got a video of somebody, which I sent to you, of somebody mashing up Creep by Radiohead and Thank You Next by Ariana Grande, which I know that my brain is liquid. I know it is. But it got on my For You page and I, like, genuinely, before I sent it to you, my initial reaction was not like, this is so funny, what is this? I was like, this is good. Turn it up, actually. Oh, I'm singing along. Yeah, actually, I totally get it. Wait, where's the SoundCloud
Thought it
link?
up with Sean.
But it wasn't.
But he
a
wasn't
match.
a match.
I don't. Yeah. So, anyways, that happened. Good bit. Loved it, but not good for the way that I think about my mental, like, you know.
I've also thought about that, and you know that period of time where I did do that. I got rid of it. And then everybody was clowning on me because they were like, we can't send you TikToks anymore. Yeah. I'm like, well, that's the point. It's because I don't want to watch them. But what I found recently is because I'm, well, not really anymore, but I still would like to say that I am unemployed. I love watching the, like, split screens where they post, like, half of a TV episode and the other half is, like, slime. And it's gotten to the point where that's every video I get is, like, the split screen. And I have to say I'm not interested. And the little heartbreak thing for not interested is accurate. Because I want to watch them. But my brain is like, so I shouldn't be doing that.
I want you to know that for me, those videos are the ones that are like, I put me and my crush's name into the love calculator. Or the ones that are like, ranking celebrity men. But I'm not ranking them. It's like you start at 10 and go down to 1. And whoever is 1 is your, like, the person you're marrying. It's all these, like, stupid filter videos that I see the people doing the filters and I'm like, ooh, I want to do that. Like, not upload it, but I'm like, I want to know who I'm getting married to.
I do that too, though.
But then I keep clicking
like
on
you
them.
rank, like, the sexiest ones.
I keep clicking on them, or like I get like a, what was the other one I got recently? It was like a I don't even know, like an albums you know, like this versus this, all the way down to the final one. But I always click the ones with the filters and do them. And then my entire For You page was just filters. There was like love calculator, ranking attractive men. And I was like, I stop. I have had to hit X on those because it got to a point where it was like, I would get on TikTok and it was all that, or it was like, what's on my fall wish list for this year? I'm going to kill you. Stop. Are we wearing sambas this fall?
I kept getting a lot that was like, which is what I put on my Snapchat the other day. I don't know if you saw it, but like, class of 2028.
No.
Like, I'm in the class of 2028 for college and I'm moving in. And I had to just kind of sit there for a moment and just... Because I got those for too long, and it put me in a weird spot. And I said, I can't look at this anymore, actually.
Yeah. I have hit not interested on all of the filter videos and a lot of the fall wish list videos because I'm like, this is just, like, brain rot. Like, and I'm, besides, like, applying for jobs, not doing literally anything. So I'm like, I'm just going to be spending money that I really should not be spending. But it's a lot of that. And I've hit not interested on so many things that I think my algorithm is like, oh, well, the only thing that's left is, like, she needs a job. So I keep getting, like, LinkedIn videos.
Like how to update your resume.
Yeah, like
that.
Here's how you can excel in an interview. And I'm
time.
like, oh my God. But I'm hitting save. I'm like, I actually need this. Thank you so much.
I'm getting those, and it's like, how to sell your screenplay.
Yeah.
How to write a book. And I'm like, oh my God. You guys get me.
Yeah, that's exactly what I need
right now. Which what I should be. You know what I haven't been getting, though? I got it for maybe a solid, like, 2 days, was anything to do with podcasting. I got it for, like, 2 days when we had bought the mics, because it was, like, you know, trying to like sell me different stuff to get for podcasting, which I didn't need. I was like, I don't need what was it trying to give me? It was trying to give me like a soundboard to like change the way our voices sound. And I was like, I don't need that because
No, that's like a 5 episodes in.
It was like
purchase.
It was like $200. I was like, I don't have. Do I have the budget to go eat food every single day?
Yes.
Yeah. Does that equal $200 by the end of the week?
Yes.
Yeah. Extremely it does. But am I gonna blow that bag on a on a soundboard a la Sam Puckett from iCarly?
No.
No.
Until this
you know where I put the soundboard? I put the soundboard in our yeah, I was saying well, I put the soundboard in our TikToks. That's where I shine.
Exactly. Yeah, we don't need it live.
With the soundboard.
We don't need that.
No. It would be distracting.
Nobody
It'd be distracting us from our craft.
from our craft, which is me asking to take ad breaks for the ads that we don't have, so that I can go do things. What else do I have on here? This was my other TikTok talking point. I got a TikTok also today. Again, I'm doing nothing. Of somebody that I follow on TikTok bought like a certain type of Grey Goose. I don't know.
Okay.
Like
what's different about it?
I don't know. But they were talking about it like it was some kind of like special version, or I don't really know. Maybe it's not. Maybe I misunderstood.
Special version of
Grey Goose.
Grey Goose vodka?
Maybe I misunderstood.
Okay.
But apparently if you order this bottle of Grey Goose, you get a goosebump with it. Which
A what?
A goosebump. Do you want to guess what it is in real life? Because I wasn't shocked by what it was.
Sounds.
But I
want to tell you the first thing that came to mind was like a pregnant goose.
Interesting. Okay.
The second thing that came to mind was cocaine.
Okay, me too. So the first thing that came to mind for me was cocaine. I was like, they're giving you cocaine when you get Grey Goose?
You get a bump with your Grey Goose?
So what it actually is in real life is they send you a little tin of caviar. Like a caviar spoon.
Ew! Ew!
Okay. You're not into that?
Grey Goose? No. I'm into the caviar spoon, because then you can use it for bumps. But I'm not into the mailing you caviar. You're gonna mail me fish eggs?
It's some rich person shit. I'm sure it's like...
You're gonna mail it to me?
But I'm sure it comes like insulated. Whatever. The point is, my counterpoint to them...
It's in the bottom of the vodka bottle, like the worm in mezcal?
Ew. Ew.
We got little fishes swimming at the bottom of your vodka. Makes it taste better.
That sounds... Actually, I don't know why I'm acting grossed out, because wouldn't that be, like, in essence... I mean, it would not be the same. But flavor palette-wise, that's the same as, like a dirty martini or something. Just salty vodka.
With the caviar or with actual fish?
With caviar.
Probably. I'm confused on how caviar pairs with vodka. I'm confused on that.
I think it does. I don't think that's that crazy.
How does that work?
Honestly, I think it's like a chaser. Like on some real real rich person shit.
I just think of that episode of Victorious where Robbie eats like 6 pounds of caviar and it ends up being like a bajillion dollars. Yeah,
exactly.
Do you remember that episode?
I don't, but sounds right.
So how much is the Grey Goose with caviar? And did they taste test it in this video that you saw?
I don't know. They opened the thing, but I was like, I don't care, because I got distracted by the fact that they were calling it a goosebump. And the whole point of that story was that I agree with you. My first thought was, well, first of all, surely this is not cocaine, but it should be. Like, there should be an option. It should be like, okay, you're ordering this bottle of Grey Goose. With it comes a goosebump. You have 2 options. You can either get a little tin of caviar or a little bag of cocaine.
Well, they kind of did, because they gave you the spoon. Because caviar spoons are really tiny, aren't they? That would be well, yeah. They gave you the tool, but you put it between your teeth, but you don't bite it. You get the goosebump, but you don't give it the power to kill you. Yeah. It's a metaphor.
It is a metaphor.
It's a metaphor.
Me when I get arrested for cocaine possession.
What I also love about this is it's Grey Goose vodka, but they give you fish eggs and call it a goose bump. Like, why not give you goose eggs and you can cook them? Is that not weird, or am I making it weird?
So when you do like
I
when
don't
people eat
understand
caviar, and you want to know why I know this genuinely? From all the stupid like European summer videos. I've seen so many videos of people being like eating caviar on my European summer. So I don't.
I don't like caviar.
I think I've had it once and I think I didn't mind it, but I like salty stuff. So, but it's called a bump
I'm a
when
fish
you put
girl.
it like you put it on your hand right there, on like the edge of your hand, and you that's like a bump.
Of caviar?
Yeah.
You're supposed to put it on your hand?
Yeah, I think so. Like that's one
so
way of.
stupid.
I don't really know. I don't really know.
That's nature's cocaine. Caviar.
Nature's cocaine. And
Yeah.
there's like vegan caviar,
Born and
I
bred.
think, or vegetarian caviar now.
That's ridiculous.
Why would
that
you
makes
do
me
that?
just as mad as American Psycho 2.
Yeah, what is the point? So, anyways, it was like the TikToks that I got today that were like, all right, it's maybe time to get rid of this. Was the thank you next creep video, the goosebump video, and I got a POV. Like this is what it would be like if you met the megalodon.
Goosebumps. Like goose flesh.
Yeah, you weren't there.
Stupid. Yeah, no, I wasn't there.
Hey, that's okay.
That's why I thought.
Hey, no worries.
You know what I was on? I was on the. This is my immaculate conception. I was on the motherhood wave. That's why I thought of a pregnant goose. Because you said goosebump.
That's what
like,
you were
baby
thinking
bump.
was pregnant goose?
I said that. I said the first thing I thought of was a pregnant goose, and the second thing I thought it was cocaine.
That didn't even register.
Am I pregnant? I'm on some weird wave.
You're having
I don't
some
know
like
what's
weird
happening
wave about
with
it.
me.
That is.
I'm having that's my maternal instinct.
It didn't
kicking
even
in.
register. The pregnant goose comment didn't even register because my brain
said
was
that.
so like
Check the tape.
like goose flesh.
Check the tape. I said that first. I said like a pregnant goose, and you said no, and then I said oh like cocaine. You said yeah, that's what I thought.
I don't even think my
said
brain
that.
processed the words.
Well, clearly mine didn't either because I just awoke to like goosebumps, like goose flesh.
What matters is that we all got there in the end. That's what matters. So
what matters is not the journey, but the destination.
And we all arrived at the same place. So maybe we should
kind of
vote.
like fuck the journey. You know what I mean?
I totally agree.
I'm team destination.
I totally agree.
I'm team destination.
Yeah. In that vein.
Anyways, what about the Meg?
Nothing.
What about the
so
Meg?
I got this TikTok about like POV you meet the Meg, like or this is what it would be like, and it was like some animated. Hold on, let me just send you it right now, actually, because it was not whatever you're thinking this video was, is not what it was, and I was watching this intently.
Well, you don't want to know what I'm thinking this video is. A pregnant megalodon. The next Grey Goose rollout is going to be Megalodon Bump, and it's just like
that sounds right.
It's like a hunk of whale with your cheap ass Grey Goose vodka. Yeah.
Yum. A hunk of whale.
That's kind of one of those. I love watching those videos of There's this one girl. I don't know. I'm gonna really sound bad here, but she is indigenous. I don't know of where.
Oh,
I think
and they eat like beluga whale, don't they?
Yes, and they have those tools that they use, the like sharp tools to cut it, and the sound it makes, and the way they. Oh, I love it.
I do too. No, I get those videos on my For You page too. Sometimes it looks delicious to me. But I got a video the other day,
and she's got those like really cool tattoos that she put on her face. Oh, I love her.
I got a video of her. I think it was her. I don't know. It might have been somebody else. But I got a video. I know exactly what you're talking about though, because I've gotten a couple of those. And I got a video the other day of, I think it was like a mom and daughter eating the beluga whale. And, she was describing the taste, and the way that she described it was like, everybody in the comment section was like, this sounds so unappetizing. And I could not disagree more. I feel like, and this is definitely not like,
The TikTok you sent me, the megalodon doesn't look that big. Am I stupid?
No, I think that was the point. That's why I was like, I
It
had
just-
to get off this app. What
It
even
just,
was this?
It just looks like a. It just looks like like a great white
It just
shark.
looks like an animated shark, and they were like,
Which I've seen Jaws. I know how to take care of myself when it comes to a great white shark.
it's
Thank
like
you very
just
much.
for the audio listeners, we have no video. The video is ever wonder what it would be like to meet a megalodon, and it's like this really.
And it's just like a great white shark.
It looks like a shark in like a computer.
Because you're in like a pontoon
from
boat.
15 years
You're in
ago.
a tiny ass boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. PS2 version.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you ever wanted to meet a megalodon in the PlayStation 2 universe?
This is what it would be like. So
This is what it would be like. Wait, so how do they describe the taste of the whale? I haven't seen that.
I don't
I've seen
remember.
the videos of
I
them
think
eating it.
I
but-
remember, like, honestly, I don't know, and I wouldn't want to describe it wrong because I don't remember what they said. But they were like, basically, the way that they described it, she was like, it sounds really gross, but it's really good. And all the comments were like,
Well, that's kind of all meat, though. That's kind of all fish meat.
yeah, maybe that's true. I don't know. All I could think, though, for some reason, whenever I get those videos, is I'm like, oh, I want to dip that in soy sauce so bad.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like it would be a good. I
chew
don't
on
know,
that.
something about the like the color and like the way it, like it's like when they like get down in there. I love it.
Love it.
It would probably be like 8. You know what it would be? Actually, that was what I would be excited about if they did that 100%. If Grey Goose did the megalodon bump, but it was like a bit of whale and I could eat it like in a it's like one sushi roll and you put it on your hand and you eat it like that. I would be ecstatic about that.
Damn,
Actually,
dude, I want sushi so bad now.
So somebody go ahead and get on that.
Yeah, if somebody could workshop that.
I had crispy tuna the other day. It was it was so
dude.
good.
I had tuna rolls for dinner like 2 nights ago. Please be serious.
My craving recently. Well, I had sushi and I had pad thai the other day, but hot wings, like really really spicy,
Ooh, yeah.
like buffalo
Yeah.
wings. Because we went to Wingstop the other day and we got like mid levels, like higher to mid level spice, and I was vibing, but I was like, I kind of want this to be
Hotter.
like blowing my mouth up. Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I was like,
Blowing my mouth up is crazy. I want this to be like nuclear waste in my stomach. I want this to be like,
I did. I was on a mission. I was like, I need this to be way hotter. And then I asked, we were at a friend's house, and I asked her, I was like, do you have any like hot sauce like that's hotter than this? And she's like, no. I was like, fuck.
I kind of
Because
get
I don't
you,
know,
though.
just something about eating bone-in wings that are like nuclear, and then like putting out the fire with celery
Putting out the fire?
and like really good ranch. Dude,
It does sound really good right now.
I was having a good time. We were watching the third Alien movie when I was eating that, and honestly, the third Alien movie sucks ass. So I was really excited about eating those wings, and it might have just been that I really didn't want to watch the movie, so I was really focused on the wings. But I was like, we were trying to decide what we wanted for dinner, and I was sitting there like twiddling my thumbs, like, could we get nuclear Category 5 hurricane wings? And everybody was like, yeah,
That sounds delicious.
that sounds actually really good. Can we get the Pompeii level wings? Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
I need to be an ash remain in the floor.
Yeah, I was
by
going to
the end
say,
of these
the
wings.
Yellowstone explosion, Yellowstone geyser explosion is imminent.
Yes.
Blocking out the sun. Total Arctic winter for the entire Earth. Wings.
Solar flare level.
Solar flare.
Wings. Yeah.
Sunshine 2007, crashing into the sun. Level wings.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've been craving specifically raw tuna. Just for,
Are we pregnant?
I mean, I like. Well, first of all, no. But second
it's like,
of all,
it feels like a pregnancy craving.
it does.
It's like,
but
I
I
want
can't be
really
eating.
spicy
I mean,
wings.
first of all, no. But if I was,
But those are two things you can't
Yeah, that's
eat
what
when
I'm
you're
saying,
pregnant,
yeah.
right? Is spicy food.
Well, no, I think
And
you
raw
don't have spicy
fish?
food, right?
I think you technically shouldn't until you're like about to give birth.
Yeah, 'cause it
I think it's like one of
induces,
those
like,
things that will
contractions or
induce
something.
labor.
Yeah.
So you really shouldn't eat it until you're like about to
About to pop.
burst. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the title of this episode Mother, or like what's up?
Motherhood.
Motherhood.
Motherhood for our completely all-male fan base.
No,
In
literally,
quotation
yeah.
marks.
Our fan
Our
base.
fan base. Hey,
Yo!
guys. Fan base.
What are we calling our fans? The philosophers.
Yeah, actually.
Students.
That was my follow-up. Yep. Damn.
Students. Academics. Scholars.
Yeah.
You guys can choose.
This generation's
We're
young
not,
minds.
We're not picky.
What was the thing? Well, no, we can't use that. Never mind, actually. Never mind. That was almost plagiarism.
Plagiarism.
I was gonna say we could call, like, because, you know, in ancient Greece, it was like the smaller your dick, the bigger your brain.
Yes.
So I was gonna say we could do a play off that, but that would be a direct rip off of. So we can't do that. So we can't do that. But I really didn't mean it from that. I just meant. Yeah, let's move on.
Damn. Yeah.
I've been playing soccer without the soccer ball. I don't own a soccer ball, but I've been.
What? What?
I've been practicing like the juggling. Like I think that I like have the physical without it. I think I have the move down, and now it's time to incorporate the ball.
Let's backtrack here. Without the ball.
Yeah. So you know they.
So what are you doing? You're just doing high knees in your room by yourself.
but it's not just high knees because your feet have to be out. Otherwise, the ball wouldn't be able to be supported.
I know, girl. I played soccer with the soccer ball. I did it with the ball, which is arguably a little bit more impressive.
This is true. I think I played soccer as a kid for like a season, but.
Well, I played for 6 seasons.
Yeah, no. I didn't mean it like I was never you for sure.
You know what? One drill we used to do was you have to get to a certain letter in the alphabet with juggling. So you should try that.
So that's what I'm
like. Instead of getting to like 15, you'd have to be like A, B, C, D.
Well, I had 2 choices. I was like,
and they would give us a different letter.
Maybe that's
You'd be like, get to W.
That's what I need to do then, because I was like, I'm so bored and. Probably I should just join a gym, which is what I'm going to do anyways. But I was like, in the meantime, I have options, which is that I can do one of 2 sports because I'm either going to go play basketball, which is appealing to me. But I'm not 6'2", unfortunately. So it's like kind of.
What do you mean? You are. We just said we were.
Right.
We said we were at the beginning of the episode.
I mean, I am 6'2". So I don't want to embarrass anyone else.
Come on, Daft.
I don't want to embarrass anyone else by playing basketball and like just absolutely dunking on them because I'm the tallest person on the court. So that's why, you know.
You know what's you know what you won't do, because I played basketball for a total of 1 season. I think I told you this before. And at one of our games I scored a basket for the other team. So honestly, nothing in basketball is worse than scoring points for the other team.
Yeah, it's not good.
I threw the ball in our basket because I got confused. So just don't do that. Yeah. And honestly, that's probably the most embarrassing thing you could do, because you're actively fighting against your own team.
It's treason.
And it was a team full of boys, by the way, and they all hated me already, and then they hated me even more.
Why were you playing on a boys' team?
It was supposed to be co-ed, intersports, but I was the only girl because nobody wanted to play basketball. Duh.
So I played basketball for a couple of years, like when I was a kid. I got children's basketball. But I was such an anxious kid that was the number one thing that I was never going to do, was put up a point for the opposite team, because I was... First of all, not even very good at basketball, because it's just not really like what I'm built for. But
you could be a point guard.
I was like the shortest kid on the court for sure. But
come on, point guard.
So would obsessively be like, okay, now that's our basket, now that's the other team basket, and that's our basket, and to like the point that I'm sure it was impacting my ability to even participate in the game, because I was so like, whatever you do, do not score a point for the other team or push the team in that direction. Just stay on task. Because I was like, you can be a loser, but let's minimize the damage, you know? So that was my sports experience growing up, which is why I stopped playing team sports, because it was really bad for my brain.
I really liked team sports. I'm like upset. I think part of the reason why I'm like in a weird moment is like I'm not in like any sort of sport.
You'd go join some like a rec thing. There's adult rec leagues.
But what if I'm the only? But what if I'm the only girl?
Well, don't go do basketball. Maybe don't do that. But like,
oh, trust, I'm not going anywhere near those basketball courts ever again. But I have my tennis racket still. I wanted to go do tennis, but I have to find a partner.
Well, go do tennis.
So, but I have to find a partner.
Dude.
I can't play tennis by myself. What am I supposed to do? Run across each...
like a cartoon.
Back and forth?
Just get on Raya.
Yeah,
Seeking tennis partner.
I don't want to date any of you bitches. Just please, just somebody come play tennis with me. And it ends up being Paul Mescal, and he's like, dude,
do you know who he's dating?
Yes, Gracie Abrams.
Yep.
I saw. Yep. I got that news back to back.
Horrifying.
Gracie Abrams, and then Joseph Quinn and Doja Cat. Eddie Munson has Doja Cat. Think about that critically.
I don't want to. I don't like that.
But also, he would.
He would.
Actually, you know what?
You know
she
what?
Would.
Who else can, like...
Because she's a freak!
I was just about to say.
And so is he!
Matching each other's freak. Like, I know that's an outdated term now, but that is a perfect example.
But they're bringing it back.
That Satan summoning Doja Cat is dating Eddie Munson? She would be. And he would be.
She would be. Yeah, exactly.
Do you think they met on Riot?
Exactly. I know he was on there.
I know, that's why I asked.
I had a yeah. Actually, no, I don't think so, because I feel like he's way too famous now to be on Raya.
Really?
Yeah, because I feel like Raya is for people who are like I mean it as like he's so famous, he could literally ask for the contact information of anybody he wanted to.
Interesting.
And I thought Doja Cat was the same way, which is why I thought it was weird when that whole thing with her and Noah Schnapp happened. Because I was like, don't you have other outlets to get his info? Like, you can't just hit up his publicist and be like, hey.
Yeah, why are you in his DMs?
But you know what I mean? Where I feel like he's at the point of being so famous, he's like, I want to talk to Doja Cat. And some poor intern is like, okay, and gets Doja Cat's PR and is like, hey.
Eddie Munson is interesting.
He was at her shows, too. Eddie Munson has liked you. Please respond.
How do you think the
And then I kept seeing... Oh, no, go ahead. I was going to say, I kept seeing all this stuff about, like, Tyler, the Creator, and Doja Cat were soulmates. And, guys...
Yeah, I don't think...
Turns out it is going to go ahead and be Eddie Munson. And it would be! It makes sense. I know people are upset, but it makes sense.
It makes complete sense to me as well.
It makes sense.
No, I agree.
And yes, I know he's not Eddie Munson, but you know what?
He is.
He will forever and always be Eddie Munson. Poor man.
He has Eddie Munson face in the way that
he does.
in the way that
Sydney Sweeney is Cassie from Euphoria.
Like you can't be anyone else.
No,
you just can't.
I'm sorry.
Like,
and you know whose fault that is?
His. Just kidding.
Yours.
Your fault. Why did you agree to be Eddie Munson?
They put you in that
Spitfire t-shirt and you said, okay. Okay.
But you know what? It happens to the best of us because, like Tom Holland, that's Spider-Man. Yeah. I don't care what you say. You could be a Southern man in The Devil All the Time, and that's Spider-Man. Still Spider-Man.
What is Spider-Man doing in West Virginia?
That movie takes place in West Virginia.
I made that up, but I think it does, actually.
I want the Devil All the Time remake, but with the Mothman.
Ooh, good call. Well, write the book then.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to the girl on TikTok.
Damn. Well, write the book then.
Listen, the Devil All the Time spinoff. Hold on, I actually do need to know what town it is.
The Mothman All the Time.
Yeah. Oh, I nailed it. Several characters whose stories weave together in two small towns, one in southern Ohio and the other in West Virginia. Cool. Okay.
That makes sense then.
Yeah.
Because they're, like, close.
I want to give a shout out to the girl on TikTok. Or actually, let me rephrase. To the person on TikTok, because I don't remember or know. who was doing the Eddie Munson, Steve Harrington, like, acting out fanfiction and being both characters.
Can I tell you something really
Yeah,
funny?
tell me.
I love those Instagram pages because I've been getting into Instagram Reels, which is another reason why I need to get on TikTok, because Instagram Reels are so good to me. I got this Instagram Reel from this like Try Not To Cringe page.
Oh no, I hate those.
And it was some these like cosplayers as Steve and Eddie, and they were doing like a sexy video.
Wait, I think I've seen this.
And it intercut with this like meme of like really blown out audio. We know what it's called. I'm not gonna say the thing, but like, and he was like, "What the fuck?" Like all this stuff, and it was so funny because I was like, "This is cringe," but now it's on like an official cringe page.
Yeah,
like,
which is crazy.
Oh my god! Oh my god! It was so funny. I was like, "Wait, am I getting this for real on my Instagram Reels? Like, this is where it's moved to? Like,
And you know what's
what is
funny,
it? When
though?
did that season come out? Last year?
Is being the special segment of that audience that you could be getting that earnestly, or you could be getting it.
That's
the
what I
cringe
thought.
page.
I thought I got it earnestly. I was like,
wow, they got me.
and I was like, ew. Yeah, I was like, oh, they got me. No, it's like, because Instagram doesn't give a fuck about what you like. Instagram will show you girls like falling off of like buildings, and then we'll show you like, here's Doja Cat's new post. Like, they don't care.
See, my Instagram
what
reels
you
are,
like.
they know, they're on the motherhood wave. Every Instagram reel I get is about like, I'm a mom of 27 and I'm doing their hair for school.
Mine are all like people getting hurt. Mine are people getting like run over.
That's my Twitter.
I'm not kidding. That's my Instagram. And then I'll get like Steve and Eddie sex cringe content. Wow. And I'm like, oh my god. Wow. Like, this is a train wreck all over. And also I also probably get train wrecks. But
they don't want you to be happy.
No, but that's where it's like, it's probably worse than TikTok for me, because I'm like, ooh, you know, this person is, I love the cringe content though, because it makes me feel so much better about myself.
I hate it. I hate watching it. I can't.
I love it. I'm like, I would never make this video. And it's all from 2020, and the worst part is when they're videos that I've seen and actively been like, okay, you know, like, I was never like, wow, I really love, what's the name of that guy? Like, Benji? Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. He had that boyfriend, and then they broke up, and everybody was like, he's so I don't know the story. I don't care. But I used to see his videos all the time in 2020, and I wasn't, like, a big fan, but
wait, is this the brunette guy with the bushy eyebrows?
Yeah, he would do, like, I'm so sorry to this man, horrible makeup. Like, his makeup would look really, really bad. For, like, a period of time, he was really bad.
I think I'm thinking of somebody else.
Hold on, I'll show you who it is.
Because I just got
but anyway, I got him.
Wait, oh, duh.
I got him.
Kroll?
Yes.
I recognize him.
And I got like 3 of his videos the other day, and I was like, oh, he's still making videos? And then I was like, wait, these look really old. And they were on the cringe page, and I was like, oh.
Do you know?
Yeah. So they're getting like not that it's like hidden, because it's still very popular content, but they're hitting like the gay content. Like the content that's made for people with this like specific interest, who wouldn't necessarily like heart, like, I would never leave a hate comment, period. But I would never leave a hate comment on these videos, because I'm like, you are putting yourself out there, like, I don't care.
At the very least, you're being brave, genuinely.
But now it's on the Instagram Reels Try Not To Cringe page. I would kill myself.
Yeah, I don't know if I could, like, I genuinely...
Are you kidding?
Imagine...
I can't stomach that. I could never stomach that. If I tried to put myself out there and I ended
up
on the... Actually, that's kind of eats, I think, because it's not actually me. Like, right, it would be just a picture of an old... It's a picture of an old man. It's a cartoon drawing of an old man with, like, I don't know. But that would genuinely make me so upset if I ended up on the Instagram Reels Try Not To Cringe page. I couldn't do it, dude.
That would be
so
like
if anybody submits this to that, you need to send us the link so that I can watch it.
Yeah, please do, so I can watch. If that ever happened to me, it would be like, okay, it's time to close my account.
Well, like, true, but what kind of video would you get? What kind of video would you get put on there for? Like, what content would you be making that that they would get on it. Because they put everything on there from, like, those girls that pretend to have Tourette's.
Yeah.
You remember that trend?
Mm-hmm.
Where they're, like, trying to make a sandwich and they keep, like, smacking it on the wall. And everybody was like, you don't have the same tics. Like, you just have, like a moment, and then you don't have, like, the whole point of Tourette's is that they're repetitive. So why do you only have the one? That was crazy. That was legitimately crazy.
Being on the internet in 2020 was
that's not
crazy place to be.
It was really weird. Because everybody was going crazy. I'm trying to think of what content I want to be on there for something like that though, something that's not only horrendously controversial but also cringe at the same time.
What do you mean by that? You want to be on there for something controversial? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, because then I know that I did something worse than just being myself. You know,
I think
you would be on there for, what were you saying in the last episode? All that, like, Marauders type
I was
stuff?
just about to say,
you're on
I
there
don't
for
think
that.
I would be on there for, like, doing something horribly controversial. I think that I would be on there for, like, for that. Yeah, probably that.
Yeah.
Which I can't even elaborate on that. But.
Making the, like, tier filter for, like, where you can rank people, and you're ranking all of the different like pairings or something stupid. I don't know.
I would probably be on there for some, like, Larry Stylins and content from, like, 10 years ago. If I was ever going to be on one of the cringe pages, it would have been when I was, like, 7th grade, and I was engaging in that. 100%, unfortunately.
I'd probably be on there, well, now that it's, like, my MO, I'd probably be on there for something to do with, like, pregnancies.
No.
That's a rabbit hole I don't want to go down anymore. I'm over it.
I wouldn't.
Corny, boo.
I feel like I don't know who this is. I'm thinking about you getting posted on one of those accounts and people sending it to me saying, "Did you see?" And
oh no,
think about that. Like, it's not like
if you
got posted on one of those accounts, it wouldn't just be one of those things of like, oh, it's the internet versus me. Everybody hates me and thinks I'm cringe. It would be like, not only are you having to see that happened, but everyone in your real life could also encounter that and be like, oh my god.
That's what's scary about it.
That's
what genuinely is like, yes, because that's what I was thinking of, like, with the cosplayers, like, doing, like, sexy edits, which is, you know, do your thing. Let your freak flag fly. Sometimes it bags you, Doja Cat, you know? But, like, not only did you post that for this specific community that would never be like, this is @user, like, full government name. Now it's on the Instagram Reels, which is, like, hell on earth. Like, that you can post anything you want on Instagram Reels, and I'm dead serious. I've seen people get, like, shot on Instagram Reels. Like,
you can post
and somebody's gonna
you want on Instagram Reels.
You can put
web. I mean,
anything you want on there. It is.
It is the
you can
wild,
put anything
wild
you want
west
on there.
Of the internet on Instagram Reels.
And as long as you type, what do they always put in the caption? They always put, like, the Tesla. Have you seen this? Like, they like write about, like, the specs of a Tesla car in the caption.
You're on, like, 14-year-old
I don't
boy
know.
Instagram.
I am.
I'm on, like, Utah mom Instagram for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, we're on different waves. But yeah, but to that point, like, if somebody's like Utah mom saw my, like, sexy cringe moment and sends it to whoever, like my mom or something, and they're like, this is what your child is doing on the internet, it would not be good. I can tell you that much. It would not be good for society.
Imagine being the person who was making the and again, no hate to this person, because genuinely, at the end of the day, you were super brave, and people were engaging.
Are you going to talk about the songs?
No, but we can. No, I'm still talking about the person who was making the Steve and Eddie, like, acted out fanfiction where they were being both characters in TikTok, and this was like, when would this have been? Like 3 years ago.
When you do it by yourself,
there's
nobody to go down. There's nobody to go down with you. Like, at least on the one that I saw, it was 2 different people.
Right.
So like, both of them are going down.
Right.
On the one you're talking about, it's just
like,
you.
At least you have an accomplice. But I don't know. Seeing that video, it was a couple videos, and they kept coming on my For You page because, I'm going to be super honest with you, I was engaging with them. Like, I wasn't liking them, but I was like, I have got to see what this person is doing. So I was clicking on the account when it would show up. I was like, I really seriously need to know. And I'm, like, reading the comments, and I'm not hitting not interested, because it's like, I'm not interested in the conventional way, but I am interested and I need to know.
I'm more curious.
Exactly. I'm
curious about it.
I'm just a
Part
bystander.
24.
I'm just a bystander. I'm not a fan. I'm just there. I'm the dad in Trap. And this person doing Stephen Eddy is Lady Raven. So
I'm just there to support someone.
the people in the comment section who were like, "This is so good," and I was like,
Well, if you're the dad from Trap, then actively you're there to, like, cause chaos.
Well, I was trying to escape.
You're an agent of chaos.
I was trying to enjoy the show and also
I
escape.
see what you're saying now.
And sometimes
I see what
the
you're
only
saying.
way to
Okay,
escape...
I'm on board. I'm on board.
Sometimes the only way to escape is to get really close to the thing.
This is true.
That you're witnessing, which is what I had to do, which is why I was watching those. I think I was also sending them to you at the time, being like, dude... I know I sent you at least one, because I was like, somebody has to know that this exists.
But what's funny is I never got them organically like that.
Yeah, I don't know why that was happening.
This is the only time I've ever gotten one organically, and it was on the Cringe page, which is why I was so shocked.
I think the only reason I was getting them is because it was the summer that I was obsessed with... I wasn't even watching Stranger Things, but I was obsessed with, Dacre, is that how you say his name? Montgomery?
Mm-hmm. Who plays Billy?
Yeah. Thought he was just beautiful, and so I was on, like, I was getting, like, TikTok edits of him, which is still embarrassing, but not as embarrassing as... as I'm going to do roleplay content between me and this other person in a romantic relationship, and I'm pretending to be both of them. But I was getting some of that was bleeding over, because obviously it's tagged somewhat similarly. Yes. So
right.
I was liking Steve Harrington and Billy edits at a rate that was borderline inhuman. So they were like, oh, well, we're running out. Let me give you this, and let's see if you enjoy this as well. And in a way, I did. In an unconventional way.
Well, you were liking all of them.
I did enjoy it, because I was like, I need to know, actually, what are you doing? What are you doing? In the way that your mom asks.
What's going on over here?
That's how I was watching those videos. So, loved it.
I think those people are so brave.
They really are, and like kind of bring it back.
They really are the strongest soldiers.
You're so strong, and I know people bullied you off the internet for doing that, and I'm sorry that happened to you, and I never did that, and I would never leave a hate comment. And generally, do your freak online, and I don't care what you do, and be yourself, and I'm not gonna whatever. I'm not gonna say anything to you. I'm not gonna do whatever. As long as it's harmless. Like, that's harmless. That's just embarrassing for you. A little bit. But whatever. But bring it back. Because you're
just a victim of being young and into things on the internet.
That is exactly what it is.
It's the Millie Bobby Brown Imagine of it all, where she gets clowned for that every single day, and she just happened to be 12 years old on the internet with some sort of following and sang a song, and it's like basically like ruining her. Not really. She's fine.
But it's just because TikTok wasn't a medium that was accessible. Like, 15 years ago when I was being obsessed with One Direction or whatever. Like, if that was a medium that was accessible,
I never posted on Musical.ly.
No, I didn't.
I was
either.
never like
I never was on Musical.ly
or Vine. I never posted on either of them because I was like, I'm not funny enough to do this.
But neither of those were video mediums that were conducive to like, I'm gonna do a 1-minute role play video where I'm two different characters. But if that existed, it would have
Unless you're Thomas Sanders.
Well, this is true. This is true. But he wasn't doing like I'm Harry Styles and I'm Louis Tomlinson. Or like I'm what I mean?
He just had split personalities.
This is true. But if TikTok was a thing,
I see what you're saying though.
Like, somebody would have been doing that, and it would have been for like 5 Seconds of Summer, or for like who like the Supernatural guys. Or whatever.
I was just gonna say Supernatural. I was just on that wave. Oh,
it would have been for them, and
Yeah. Doctor Who.
Exactly. It's like, I guess the most embarrassing thing that you could have done 15 years ago was like write fan fiction or like write embarrassing imagines or something on Tumblr. There wasn't
but
that
those
many...
were popular as fuck.
No, exactly. That's what I mean.
Those were
there wasn't
popular.
That many avenues to like embarrass yourself as a fan with your face attached to it, in a way.
Yes, exactly.
And now,
because you didn't want to be those. You didn't want to be them. You wanted to be with them.
Right.
And these
or
are
like
just as people
you're
want to
posting
be
on
them.
your Tumblr like, oh, here's a fan fiction I wrote, or here's whatever. I made this edit or whatever. There wasn't like a TikTok where it's like everyone's getting online and posting their face. I mean, like, these are the things I'm interested in. It was like, I'm posting from this account and my profile picture is the character from the thing that I like. And, you know, maybe your name's on there, but it's not about you. Really.
Yeah, no, you're not centered.
No.
No. It's about YN, actually, so...
Yeah, or it's about...
Get it right.
You're not posting from a place of, like... I don't know, there was, like, the Acacia Brinleys of the world or whatever.
Yeah.
But there was, like, 5 of them. Compared to now,
Right.
I feel like it's like, oh, there's 2,500 well-known Taylor Swift TikTokers. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? That's
Yes.
like, and you can identify
Yes.
their
Yeah.
face and be like, oh, this is this person and this is what they do and this is whatever. And it's about Taylor
And this
Swift.
is who they're interested in.
But it's also about
Yeah.
them as a person.
Yeah.
Like, now fan content is
Like,
about you and also about the
You-
thing that you like.
exactly, because not only do you like this person, but you want to be famous for liking this
Exactly.
person.
And before, I think
Whereas
there wasn't...
before it was like, I don't care about being famous.
I
I
just
just
wanna
want
talk
to
about
show
this
that I
person.
like. And there's still people out there that do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the difference. It's like, I'm never gonna dress up like Edward from Twilight
Yeah.
and then pretend that like my friend is Bella. But like 15 years ago, I'd be like, Team Edward.
Of course.
You know,
But
whatever.
also,
because it
it's
wasn't
just
centered.
the-
It wasn't about me.
I think it's also just like
was
the
about-
progression of like what is available to post onto, though. You know what I mean? Because if it was an option to be doing it like that 15 years ago, I think people would have been. But I think it just was like, oh, well, you know, or 10 years ago or whatever. It was like, yeah, but right now the hot thing is like Tumblr and Twitter, and none of that is conducive to like... You're not posting videos of yourself constantly. You're tweeting. And that's just like
Yeah.
kind of yelling into the void, like nobody knows who you are.
Well, also it like wasn't a job. So
No.
if you were like,
You're not making money off
you
that.
worked at like a, yeah, if you were like a waitress, you were like, well, I don't want to post like my face
Right.
because like what would be the point? Whereas now it's like, oh, I can make like $200 or whatever. And I don't know how that works, but like posting what I'm gonna wear to the Eras tour
Exactly.
as Taylor Swift
And link it all on
it's
TikTok
like,
Shop, and I make my bag.
oh, yeah,
Yes. It's just interesting. So I think that like...
but and what's sad too is all that work just to end up on the Instagram Reels Try Not to Cringe page. Because it's inevitable.
It is inevitable.
Everybody, that is your true trial of judgment before you pass on. Are you going to end up on the Instagram Reels cringe page or not?
Let's start a new trend of the only God can judge me tattoo.
Yes.
Only Instagram
yes.
Reels cringe
Only
account can judge me. and get
They're
that on
God
your,
to
on
me.
your
I'm sorry.
collarbones. Like,
yes, dude, across my knuckles. It's like I like an acronym. No, but it's true because I
Acronym.
sat there and that Steve and Eddie content used to be content where I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. But now it's cringe
yeah,
because Instagram Reels told me so. So now when I look at it, I'm like, oh, that's kind of cringe.
that's a little bit embarrassing. Yeah,
That's so sad.
sad.
It's so sad.
it is sad.
But I'm nothing if not just like a pawn in the game of chess, and Instagram Reels is on one side and the baby from Immaculate's on the other side.
I wish too, like, I genuinely so badly wish that I could be liberated from the, like, what is it that people always say, like, oh, free yourself from cringe, or, like, nothing is cringe if you don't let it be, or whatever. And I think that that's true. And I get really bad secondhand embarrassment, and I know that you know that about me. But I don't, like, it's not that bad. Like, I feel like it's getting better, especially online. I don't really feel secondhand embarrassment that bad online. It's more like in-person stuff, like watching a movie or something. But whatever. I wish so badly I could be one of those people that was like, free yourself from cringe, like nothing's cringe. But I just don't think I can be.
No, I don't think I'm... You know what it is? This is a really niche reference, but I know that you're going to get it. There's an episode of The Amazing World of Gumball where they, like, show the inside of Gumball's... I think it's Gumball. It might be Darwin, but I don't remember. But their shame gland is, like dried up so they don't feel shame for anything. My shame gland is my entire frontal lobe.
Me too. Me too.
My shame gland takes up so much real estate that it's like unfathomable.
Which is a blessing and
I
a
don't
curse.
know.
Because it is a blessing.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
I mean, God,
Right.
knock on wood, but we'll never end up on the Instagram Reels cringe account because my shame gland is so large that I won't even. It's stopping me
won't
from
dip my
doing
toe in
so
that,
much. Like
no.
I won't even cross into like potentially cringe territory. But my gauge of what is potentially cringe is like, most people would be like, yeah, it's totally normal. Which is why it's also like, it's keeping me from things. 'Cause I'm like, I can't do that. That's so fucking embarrassing. Ew. But if anyone else did it, I'd be like,
I
yeah,
don't
it's
want
like, just normal. It's okay.
That's like chill,
okay.
fine, whatever.
Not safe for me though.
No. Nope, I don't think so either.
So, yeah.
Blessing and a curse.
It is a blessing. It's my cross to bear. There's worse
so
worse
brave
crosses
for-
to bear. You could be bearing the cross of being on the Instagram Reels cringe account. And I
You
would
could,
never
and there's
wish
no
that
way for you
on
to
my
get-
worst enemy. So,
There's no way for that to get erased.
No.
Like, you're on there.
you were posted there,
permanently.
they can delete it. It was on the internet. It's there forever.
No, it's on there forever. It's so crazy. That's what.
Life is
That's
so
what they
crazy.
pull up for your judgment. Is you got watermarked by the Instagram Reels cringe page.
And you're trying
your video
to go
got watermarked.
What's that meme format? It's like, what are you doing if you die and you go to heaven, but God said you were posted on the Instagram Reels cringe account?
You were posted on the Instagram Reels cringe account, and
Can't do it. Sorry.
yeah, no. And it got 2 million likes.
Even if I got 2 likes, I'd be like, I got 2 haters.
The fact that it's on there means you have at least one hater. You have the hater. I don't get. Okay. All these celebrities that talk about, I have all these haters, I have all these haters. No, you don't.
It
The
could be worse.
Instagram Reels cringe page is the #1 hater. And if you're not on there, you better be fucking grateful.
You know the video?
You better be counting your fucking blessings.
You know the video of Kylie Jenner crying because people were being mean to her online? I
Yeah.
want her
Wah, wah.
I want her to live one day in the body of one of the people in the Steve Eddy roleplay video from the cringe Instagram Reels. Put her in their body for one day, and I bet never again would she complain. She'd be like, you know what, actually it's fine. I actually would rather people be like shaming me for being on Ozempic. Like, it could be a lot worse.
Right? It could be a lot worse. And you know what would be really funny about that too is if they did like a Freaky Friday situation where they switched bodies and then that person ends up dating Timothée Chalamet. Like, you got saved from the Instagram Reels cringe page. One man's pain
God.
is another man's pleasure.
Truly imagine how liberating that would be for that person. Like, they wake up and they're in Kylie Jenner's body, and it's like, what would you do when you go back? Like, when you Freaky Friday back? That's also what's funny.
You wouldn't
is,
go
like,
back. That's your eternal damnation.
is-
Is Kylie Jenner's forced to be the Eddie Munson cosplayer
What am I thinking of?
on the Instagram Reels page?
Where there's like the medium. Maybe I made this up. Of like being in a Freaky Friday situation, but then the other person doesn't like learn the lesson, and they're like, "No, this is sick. I want to stay here."
And they just stay. Yeah,
Like, I'm not doing
that's
the
kind of
ritual or whatever.
sick as hell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, if I
like if
Freaky
I'm the
Friday
mom
with a
in Freaky
celebrity-
Friday.
I guess it depends on what celebrity.
Oh, it's over. Well, yeah, because then you could. Well, imagine you're like Lil Dicky and you get into Chris Brown.
Yeah, like I
would
want to
not
be Chris
want
Brown.
that.
Or like if I Freaky Friday'd into like
No.
JoJo Siwa, I'd be like, I don't know if I want this.
That's kind of
I also don't
That's where
wanna
I
be
think
famous.
it would be like a big risk, you know.
Yeah.
Like you'd have like 50-50. You could end up as Kylie Jenner, but also you could be
6'9".
literally anybody else. You could be 6'9".
You could Freaky Friday.
Punani nani. Yeah.
I mean, like, can you imagine waking up and being like, this is so stupid. That would suck, dude.
Yo, I'm in prison.
I'm in prison. You can't even make it. You can't.
King of
even,
New York.
You can't even do the ritual.
King of New York.
Because you can't even like get to the location of Freaky
No.
Friday back. You're incarcerated.
Oh no.
Is he in jail?
Oh wait, no, yeah,
don't
wait,
think he
no.
is.
I don't. How did that all play out?
It's a great
Wasn't
question,
he
actually.
going to prison, and then he like snitched on everybody, so then everybody was gonna kill him? Did he go back to
I
prison?
don't know. There's a
I don't
documentary
care.
about him, I think. And I don't really care either, but I might watch it, actually. Because now I
All I
kinda
can
wanna
say
know.
is that was his song with Nicki Minaj like one of my most listened to songs of that year? Yes. What's the song called?
I don't remember.
Fifi. I mean, what?
I mean,
what? I have a distinctive memory of listening to Fifi and Punani in the car on the way to Home Depot to get spray paint to spray paint Trump signs in my hometown.
it's crazy how you were, like, doing your part and then also not doing your part. Like, you were like, we're gonna go spray paint Trump signs, but I'm gonna
Bettering
bump this
society.
pedophile in my car.
Yeah, yes.
Let me pay his bills.
Yeah,
Turn it up.
yeah. 16-year-old me, fresh new wheels. Yeah, I remember because we were so nervous because I think you have to be 18 to buy spray paint.
You do.
Because you can huff it. So we were trying to buy it, and then you like have to scan your ID at I don't remember where. I think it was was it Lowe's? We bought it from somewhere, and they scanned our IDs and it worked. And we were like, what? So maybe it's different in the state that I grew up in.
I would not be shocked.
Anyway, yeah, we
There's
went
no
around and
age limit
we
there.
were listening to Punani. Because honestly, we weren't hate listening, but we kind of were, now that I'm thinking about it, because we kept making fun of the fact that he says like that. Punani! Like, he, like, shouts it into the shit. But, yeah.
But it's like
We,
the
go up
hate
to the house
watching until you actually
and-
enjoy it. It's the same phenomenon.
Oh, 100%! That's why it was my most listened to song. Because I was like,
This is so
what is her
stupid.
line in that song?
I don't know.
What is Nicki's line in Fifi? Got that drip drip, got that super soaker, when you were here before.
Punani nani.
When you were here before, couldn't look you in the eye. I think it's time to end it there, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, we should probably wrap it up. That was probably
I
a
was
good.
say,
Yeah, let's go ahead
I
and
think
stop
that's,
it. We've derailed
I'm
significantly.
out of gas.
Me too.
Thank you so much for listening
Yeah, thanks,
to
guys.
the second episode of Plato and Aristotle. We are on TikTok at Plato and Aristotle Pod.
If you see us on Raya, it's not us. And if you see us on Substack,
Come
it's not
say
us.
hi.
But it could be.
It's not us. Not yet, but it could be, but it's not. It's an imposter.
True.
And if you see us on the Instagram Reels cringe page.
That was us, unfortunately.
Please-
Please report that.
Please,
And-
please,
And block.
please report it for abusive content.
yeah, report and block, guys. Flood their comment
Yeah.
section. Make them take it down.
and don't let it happen again. Okay, I can't have that. I can't.
There's only so much I can take.
There truly is. Yeah. Okay. Bye.